Tonight, a world teetering on the edge. A U.S. president has issued one of the toughest military warnings in decades, and the target is Iran. What's happening? Why is the United States now threatening Tehran with a military strike even more devastating than before? And what does all this mean for global stability? In this video, we unpack the explosive developments in U.S.-Iran relations, the political dynamics inside Tehran, and how this could reshape the Middle East forever. Stick with us. This story is far from over. On January 28, 2026, U.S. President Donald Trump sent shockwaves across the globe with a stern message to Iran: negotiate a nuclear deal, or face consequences far worse than before. Trump took to social media to broadcast his warning, stating that time is running out for Tehran to reach an agreement with Washington. In his message, Trump tied the deadline to Iran's nuclear program. He demanded that Iran come back to the negotiating table and agree to terms that would bar it from ever developing nuclear weapons. And then came the most chilling line. Trump warned that the next attack, if Iran refuses to negotiate, would be far worse than anything previously inflicted. The backdrop to these threats: a massive U.S. naval buildup in the Middle East. Trump says a powerful strike group, an Armada led by the aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln, is en route to Iran's vicinity. He compared it to the fleet once sent to Venezuela before its government was toppled. The U.S. military's intention, according to Trump's posts, is clear: to pressure Iran into capitulating to U.S. demands, or be prepared for force. This isn't Trump's first bout with Tehran. In June 2025, U.S. aircraft targeted and struck multiple Iranian nuclear facilities in what was described as a crippling blow to Tehran's nuclear infrastructure. Trump has referenced this previous operation, calling it Operation Midnight Hammer, and warns that the next potential attack would inflict even greater damage. But what makes this moment different is the combination of political and military signals: a large U.S. naval presence, explicit public threats, and zero progress in diplomacy. Tehran has responded with defiance. Iranian officials have said they are willing to negotiate, but not under a cloud of military threat. Iran's top diplomats have flatly rejected negotiations in an atmosphere of threats and coercion, insisting that diplomacy must be based on respect, not ultimatums. The Iranian government says talks are only possible when threats are removed, a clear indication that Tehran will not bow easily. World leaders and regional powers are watching with alarm. Countries like Turkey have publicly urged the U.S. and Iran to resume nuclear talks without escalation. Meanwhile, Gulf states such as Saudi Arabia and the UAE have expressed deep concern about military conflicts spilling over, with some outright refusing to allow their airspace for potential U.S. strikes. The stakes here are astronomical. Iran military confrontation could trigger multiple global repercussions. Most immediately, the Persian Gulf region controls a significant share of the world's oil supply. Even rumors of war can spike prices and unsettle global markets. Then there's the domino effect. Iran's allies, from militia groups in Iraq and Syria to pro-Iranian factions in Lebanon and Yemen, could retaliate. And don't forget that Iran's geography places it near Israel, the Arabian Peninsula, and key international shipping lanes. This isn't a regional issue, it's a global flashpoint. With every passing day, the rhetoric intensifies, and military assets move into place. Some experts warn that if diplomacy doesn't step in soon, this moment could become the most dangerous Iran crisis in decades. Here are the key scenarios to watch. None of these is certain, but each carries massive consequences. What do you think will happen next? Are we heading toward a new Middle East war, or is this all a high-stakes diplomatic bluff? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for deep dives into the world's most critical geopolitical stories.